Hi, my name is Gisela Marti. I'm the creative director for Tammy Taylor Nails. We're getting into the holidays and we need to be prepared. Today, we're gonna do an elegant, simple, but commercial design. Our guest artist, of course, is gonna be Gelprisa. It's a 3-in-1 gel polish, and it's a base coat, it's a color, and a top coat all in one. Let me show you the versatility of the Gelprisa with these fun designs. So let's get started. For Xavy the Elf design, we will be working with our Gelprisa Lucky Girl, Simply Sheer, Little Bow Clear Pink, our Gel Paint White, our Dazzle Rock, Shimmering Stars. We will be using our three-dimensional brush. To seal the designs, our Top Gel Plus. The Prisma powders that we will be using would be Starry Night, Candy Apple, French White. Of course, we need our dotting tool. To clean the design, we will use the Clean It. The liquid would be our extra adhesion liquid. We need the brush cleaner, 2 dampened dishes, 1 clear and 1 blue or dark. Last but not least, we need our wipes and our towelettes. With Xavy the Elf nail design, which is going to be a 3-dimensional elf, but we have to do first the background, and we are going to do the background in split colors. Half of the background is going to be with our Lucky Girl, which is a green color, and the other half is going to be with our Shimmering Star Dazzle Rocks. So let's start right there. We're going to take our Lucky Girl, and just half of the nail is going to be applied. And remember that we are going to do a very thin coat. Don't forget the sides. And you don't have to be perfect because the 3-dimensional elf is going to cover whatever mistake you do. So there we go. That's our green. And we are going to now cure for 2 minutes. Okay, so it's done. Now what I'm going to do is I have to clean that green, because if I don't clean it, when I apply my Dazzle Rocks, it's going to jump into my other side, which I don't want to. If you want a darker green, you can make a second application. On this case, this is perfect. So now I'm going to apply my sheer on the other side. And this is where the Dazzle Rock Shimmering Lights, or Shimmering Stars, I'm sorry, Shimmering Stars comes. And I'm not going to go all the way down because my elf is going to be all the way here. So I really don't need to put not much more than that. So moving to my Dazzle Rocks, my Shimmering Star Dazzle Rocks, and I'm going to put it right on that side. And I want to be sure that it's completely covered. Okay? It's perfect. I'm going to tap to remove the excess. And I'm going to cure for 2 minutes. Okay, now let's dust off the excess of the Dazzle Rock because it's already being cured. And I'm going to go on the sides. I want to be sure that everything is completely out and just what is necessary to be. It doesn't matter if the Dazzle Rock override the green because it looks perfect. It's just fine. So be sure to clean it. And now what we are going to do is a soft buff on the side and protect it with our sheer. So I'm going to take my clean finish buffer and I'm going to do a very, very light buff. And when I say light, simply light, because it's not that much of Dazzle Rock on that side. touch it, and that is perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover with a sheer. Well, actually, no. I'm going to be using my clear pink, which it has high shine. And I'm going to cover both sides with the same clear pink. And this is done. 2 minutes under the lamp, and then we are ready for our 3D. Okay, so now it's cured. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create with my gel paint white a line from here all the way to here. And actually, I'm gonna use the quick cure, 2 seconds, because I'm gonna do 2 sets of line, one on the top, one on the bottom, okay? So, first thing I wanna do is be sure that my lamp is on, so I can do the quick cure. And take my white, just pass the white from one side to the other, and you don't have to worry about being perfect, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our 2-leg brush, which is this. That's the one that we created before. We showed you before in other videos, where we cut half of the hair of the brush. This is an old brush, and I cut the center and the side to create a 2-leg brush. And now over here, I'm gonna come to the center and I'm going to pass it all the way from one side to the other. Now what we're gonna do is a quick cure for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Back again. We're gonna do exactly the same thing, but we're gonna do it a little bit down, farther down. And once again, don't worry about it if it's perfect or not, because you're gonna be taking out mostly everything. So just be sure that there's no bubbles. Back again with your brush and clean in between. Once again, be sure that in between the other two is totally clean. There we go. Quick cure, 2 seconds. 1, 2. All right, 2 seconds. So now we have a set of 4 lines over here. This is gonna be our design in top of our elf. So we are ready. We wanna check it. If you see that you need to put more because the nail is extremely long, you can do that, but we don't need to put more. So I'm gonna cure now for 2 minutes. So now we're gonna be using our 3-dimensional brush. And the most important part of the 3-dimensional brush, as we have mentioned before, it is the point of the brush. Whenever you're cleaning, be sure that you clean in rotations so you keep that point, because that's what is gonna mark all your design. Whenever you're gonna flat with the brush and then bring back that point. So we're gonna do the face of our elf first, and it's gonna be in this area over here. I did a mix of the brown Prisma and white to create my flesh color. You can do the flesh in whatever color you desire because it's your elf. Here, we're gonna take a bigger ball, like this big, and we're gonna place it. And we want to be sure that we flat, doing some little pads and bringing down into the side the color. Now remember, this is a face, so try to give a round shape to the face of your elf. If you need any more, go back, bring it to the side, or whatever is that you needed, and again, pat to create the shape of the face of your elf. Clean the brush by rounding again. And now I need like a little bit more in this area, because that's where I'm gonna put his hat, but I want to be sure that it has kind of like an oval shape. All what I'm doing, it is just placing the color and patting, just like you do when you do a sculpture nail. You pat. Now I need my ears, so one ear of my elf is going to be here, and the other ear of my elf is going to be on this side. Back again, clean your brush, dip in the liquid, and we're using the extra adhesion liquid, but you can use any liquid you're comfortable with. And here we go. I'm going to put my ear in one side, clean my brush to take the excess of the liquid, let the color flow, and then shape the ear of your elf. It's very simple, just like a drop. You can bring it a little bit higher if you want to. It's an elf. Right there. And you can make an indentation right on the center as it's an ear. Now we're going to do the second ear, which is going to be over here. Back again. Take a bowl. Put it on the side. Let it flow. And take the excess of the liquid of your brush out. As it's flowing, I'm going to bring it down. And I'm going to bring it up because this is an elf ear. Mark the center of the ear. So now we have 2 ears. Okay, remember we have 2 ears. Once again, bring it up. Let me do my nose. My elf have a very nice and round nose. So, look at it. If you think that it's too huge, let it go. But if you think it's perfect, take the excess of the liquid out. Place the nose of your elf right there. Once it's flowing, you want to pat just a little bit to flat the nose of your elf. How cute that nose is. Very cute. Now we're going to do the eyes. We're going to put one white circle here, another white circle over here. Going back, and now take my whitest white, place it right there. Take the excess of the liquid out. Meanwhile, the white is flowing. Go back and flat. That's one eye. Second one. Same size of ball. Okay. Place it on the other side. Take the excess of the liquid of your brush out totally. And now that the product has flown, it's very nice and soft, pat. So here we have 2 eyes. We're almost there with the face of our little elf. We're going to put the hat over here. What we have to do now is finish the eyes of the elf. Now we're going for our black. And we go for the starting eye, but what we're going to be grabbing is a tiny ball. See, put it there, and if you think it's too big, let it go. And this is too big. I'm going to let it go. Back again, take the excess out, and take a smaller size ball, and this is better. So place that little ball right there, and go and look for the second one. Tiny little ball. If you think it's too big, let it go. And it's just as big as the first one, so I'm going to let it go because it has to be very small. It's right there. And pat to flat. Pat to flat. And there's my elf. Now, we're going to do the hat, and then at the end, we come in for all the details of the elf. So the hat, we're going to do it with the candy apple red. And I'm going to get a big ball of the red. And I want to work really wet over here because I'm going to place this right there. And just as we have done before, we just move from one side to the other, from one side to the other. The little hat of my elf. Very simple, just like that. Clean your brush and go back for liquid. And now you can come over here, pat some areas, just creating that little hat. Go back again, get my second ball of the red. And I'm going to put it right in here. And I'm going to bring it down to the side. As this is this hat. There we go. Right there. And we need something in this area. As you go building up the hat little by little. You don't have to be scared. Right there. I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to move it just to create the hat of my elf. See? Little by little. You don't have to be scared. All what we're doing is just building up the hat of the elf. And here we go. Our last one to blend with that one and to blend with the other one. So, move it down and flat, 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 flat. See over here, this part, you can lift it up to create like the little hat of your elf is hanging. Now we need all the area over here because this is like a Santa's hat. So we need to put over here some white. And of course, my last detail, which would be over here, a white ball. So let's go back with my white. And I'm going to put a ball. Take the excess of the liquid out before you place it so it doesn't run that much. And place it right there. If you want to flat it, you can flat it a little bit. And now the area of the hair over here. So this part over here, I don't have to be perfect. I can put it by marking it just to give like a rough detail on the hat. See, you don't have to be perfect. This is very simple. You don't have to worry about not marking. You actually want to mark so you can see that is the part of the hat right there. So my little elf already have the hat, already have the eyes, the nose, the ears, and now I'm going to work with the details of the face. I'm going to come with my black striping color, and I'm going to draw a smile of my elf. So I'm going to start right here, all the way to the other side. So my elf is really happy. And put some little lines on the side. Now the eyes of my elf need a tiny detail, so I'm going to run a line from one side to the other. He's kind of sleepy because he has worked so hard in Santa's shop. So there we go. That's the eyes. Now I'm going to do a little bit of hair right here. very small details. And I'm gonna put some dimples. But those dimples, I'm gonna do it with my dotting tool. So I'm gonna put some black on my little board. And with the very small size of my dotting tool, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna put some dimples on his cheeks. Now, I'm gonna give you a trick. If you wanna make the size of the cheeks a little bit rosy, all what you have to do is just wet your brush, take a tiny bit of the red and pass it on that area. See, I'm not gonna do it because right now it's not dry, but I'm gonna put it in top of the nose. And then I'm gonna fade it and fade it and fade it, just to give that rosy color on his nose. See how cute? Now, if I happened, like over here, I did a little dot over there of black, and I don't want it, all what I have to do is just go back to my white and just camouflage it. And here is my little elf. Now my elf over here has a spot, so what I'm gonna do is with the red, just cover that area. And my nail is finished. This is my elf. It's right here. Now, what I'm gonna do in this area over here, I'm gonna use from our Jingle Bell collection, and it's gonna be an upcoming polish, and it's called Christmas Lights. It's right here, and I'm gonna pass it very subtle inside of my white lines. Again over here, I'm gonna do the same thing just to bring the color of the Christmas light into my design. This is a very shiny design. It's an awesome design. You can do it with the lines, you can do it without the lines. I choose to put a little bit more of color in the design and finish it right there. See how nice and shiny? It's beautiful. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use my Top Gel Plus to protect the whole design. I'm gonna put some Top Gel Plus over here, but especially on the eyes, the smile, and the dimples, because I don't want them to erase. Remember, we was working with water paints. Top Gel Plus to seal your Christmas light polish from the Jingle Bell collection from Tammy Taylor. And I'm gonna go all the way around my elf. Want to be sure that I'm protecting everything. Go to the eyes, just pass a little bit. Where the hair it is, just put a touch because we don't want to erase it. And of course, the smile. I want my little elf to be smiling till Christmas. Now we're gonna cure for 2 minutes. Okay, it's done. All what we have to do now is take the tackiness out with our Clean It. Be sure it's completely clean. And he's done. Okay, let's recap Xavy the Elf. On this technique, we use a lot of elements. We use our Gelprisa Lucky Girl, which is half of the way of the nail, and the other half we Dazzle Rock the nail with our shimmering lights. Then We came with our white gel paint and we use our two-leg brush to create the effects of the top. Definitely our three-dimensional Xavy. I made a mix with our chocolate Prisma and whitest white, creating the tone of the skin. We also use the candy apple red for the hat and the whitest white for the details of the eyes and the hat. Xavy the Elf has pointy ears. He's very happy. We did all the little details with watercolors black. And this is our final design. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. Very easy. Don't get scared of this three-dimensional technique because this three-dimensional technique is a simple technique. So, you don't have to be an artist to feel like one. And I am sure that you have designs that you would love to share with us. So, why don't you take a picture? Write step-by-step directions. Send it to creativedirector@tammytaylornails.com. Again, creativedirector@tammytaylornails.com. And you can be the next talk of the town.